Well, it's 6 o'clock. I appreciate everybody coming here in this heat, and plus the rain is possibly coming. We're thankful for that. Stand for the pledge of allegiance, please. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Start the roll call, please.
Yeah. Louise Easter.
Here.
Jody Downsbot.
Here.
Rick Tolles.
Here.
Lynn Sylvain.
Here.
Martha France.
Here.
Rachel Smith.
Here.
Present. We have our bills for the regular meeting held on July, or the minutes, I'm sorry. We have our regular meeting minutes for July 28th meeting.
I'll make a motion to pass the minutes from the July 28th regular council meeting. I'll second.
A motion and a second. If there are no questions, we'll accept them as they're presented. We'll move on to the approval of bills for July 25th through August 7th in the amount of $35,863.47.
I'll make a motion to approve our bills dated July 25th through August 7th, 2025 in the amount of $35,863.47.
I have a question in regard to Cindy Hoffner. It says record sorting and organizing. I thought she was determining which are to be destroyed as well, correct?
Right.
That's part of
Okay.
that, yes.
Well, I wanted it to reflect properly. And did you also provide us a copy of the policy that you had mentioned last time?
The record retention schedule. It's actually on our website. It's about 20 pages long, so
Okay,
if
so
anybody can go view it on our website. But yes, she does the sorting and organizing for the record retention.
and she's determining if they get destroyed.
She's making the list, yes.
And then who's determining them?
What do you mean by that?
Who's determining if the record gets destroyed? Cindy, or you, or somebody else?
She creates a list, we send it in to the Ohio History Connection, and they approve it, and then we can destroy it.
Okay.
I have a question about that particular question, Cindy Hoffner. So, as long as she's working here, we're going to see what we owe her and we're going to pay her.
Right, it'll still say the same thing, she's doing the
Yeah,
same job.
But
Yeah.
she's doing it
It's
for
ongoing.
several weeks until it's done, right?
Correct.
Good, okay. So it's not a big surprise.
If there's no other questions, we'll proceed with the vote for $35,863.47.
Lynn Sylvain?
No.
Rachel Smith?
Yes.
Rick Tolles?
Yes.
Martha France?
Yes.
Louise Easter?
Yes.
Jody Downsbot?
Yes.
Motion passes. Mr. Kiefer.
I would like to address the council. Is it true that you're not allowed to have a trailer in Grand Rapids?
Kind of trailer.
Pardon?
Like a house trailer?
Yes.
I'm going to have to look into that for zoning purposes, but I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to.
That's what I thought too. There is a house trailer up at the corner of 2nd and Wapakoneta Road. It is not licensed. And there's also one down on my alley behind my property. It is not licensed. And the one up there on Wapakoneta, they're using it for a cat house. They have ramps coming up and letting cats go in and out, and that's not healthy for little kids running around there.
So let me address that, because that's my trailer. It's not a house trailer, it's a camper. There are no ramps for cats,
Where's your license at?
and it is licensed, and it was verified by Chuck. So thank you for bringing it up, but it's already been addressed.
Okay, how about the one at your other property? It does not have a license on it.
Brand new,
Yeah, it does not have a license on
brand
it.
new. So,
So where's your temp tag?
have you gone through?
Where's your temp
Have
tag?
you gone through the
No,
village?
I'm asking
Have you
you.
gone through the village and audited everybody, or are you singling me out?
The
Are
resident
you
here.
following the law? The answer is
It was brought up by a resident.
No.
Lynn.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
And what's your question? Can a house trailer?
It's not.
It's not a house trailer. It's a
It's a
camper.
piece of junk, that's what it is.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I'm sure that's
and
not
it
There's
does
no
personal.
one
not
that
have a
did.
license
I'm sure
on
that's
it.
not personal.
No, it's not personal. It's
You saw me working on it this weekend.
health-wise for little kids in the neighborhood. It's not healthy.
In what regard?
It has open windows.
Cats running in and out, that healthy?
There's no cats running in and out of it. I appreciate your story, but it's not substantiated with any facts. So do you have anything else you'd like to address?
Have you seen cats around it?
Pardon?
Have you seen cats around it?
Or there's a cat house behind it for them to go in and out of.
Okay.
There's no cat house behind it on my property. There's none.
Okay.
So, Mr. Keeper, you are incorrect. I appreciate you brought it up. It's not a house trailer. It's not a cat house. It doesn't have a ramp. There's not a cat house behind it.
Is it gonna continue to sit there? I mean,
I don't know. I just started
And is
working
it
on it.
licensed?
You'd have to go out and check it out.
Well, I did. It does not have temp tags and it does not have a license on
How
it.
long do I get to put temp tags on?
When you buy it,
yeah.
you are required.
How long do I have? How long? Jody, come on. How long?
Temp tags
Yeah.
are good for 60 days.
No. How long do I have from the point of purchase until I have to get temp tags on it?
Well, why don't you tell me?
I'm not in violation yet, so
Yeah.
Yeah, but you would think as a village council member,
that I
you would want to lead by example.
Do you know, then we can talk about Rachel Smith parking, we can talk about all kinds of
Let's
things.
move on,
Okay,
Mayor.
let's move on.
So Jody, you don't want to talk about Rachel Smith parking?
You bring it up at every meeting.
Well, that's because she won't address it.
We'll move on.
That's all I have.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Mr. Schroeder.
Anyway, a couple things. I wanted to be here tonight to address any questions regarding the proposed television advertising, joint advertising project that was proposed by the Chamber of Commerce. So I was out of town at the last meeting. I was safe, actually, on the beach, and it was a wonderful place to be. I do understand that there was a resolution that was started to create a fund specifically for advertising. So, that's great. A couple things I wanted to address. I believe I sent everybody a script, just to have a good idea. I've been hearing lots of scuttlebutt through the town, through our organization, through a few different things that, maybe we shouldn't be advertising to promote the businesses. So I wanted to make sure that you guys had the script, to see that it was a general.
Yeah, we hadn't discussed that. We had just discussed the price.
Gotcha. So that it was more, just to be on the record,
Yeah, sure. Appreciate that.
that it's more of a, think, how is the Michigan ad go? When you Pure Michigan, think Pure Michigan,
Yeah.
is what it's coming from. So, there was some talk, I believe, Louise, you had said at the last meeting, correct me if I'm wrong, that you had talked to some other towns about giving, chambers
Yes.
money too. So, our chamber kind of functions interestingly in that we're a very small town with a large downtown, what I think is a large, well-filled downtown. And so there is a lot of money that does kind of flow through the public coffers, but it's more to like convention and visitors bureaus.
Right.
Like Perrysburg has Visit BG or Visit
I
Perrysburg.
contacted places that were similar to us.
Sure, gotcha.
Not cities, but villages.
Gotcha. So I would argue that fact, and that I don't think
Okay.
there's another village like Grand Rapids. So if I were to look at
I would
something,
agree.
if I were to look at something, I would look at something probably like the size of Waterville, White House.
I did reach out to Waterville as well as White House, and neither one of them responded to me.
Gotcha. Waterville, I did some research. They do have an economic development, 501c3 economic development commission, which is made up of members from the council, village council, city council, I should say. They are a city,
They are a
small city. A city council and chamber of commerce, and they are funded. That economic development commission is funded with public funds per their 990s. So.
Okay.
I did want to, is the Village of Grand Rapids a member of the Northwest Ohio Mayors and Managers Association?
I do believe so.
You do? Okay, gotcha. My wife has attended those meetings for years, and her work is something else. And at their spring meeting, she had told me there was a lot of discussion about tourism and things like that. One of the board members is the mayor of the Village of Marblehead. The director or the president is the mayor of Waterville. So there was actually a lot of discussion there on tourism. So I would encourage you guys to, be involved with that organization when it comes to that. So I think the only other thing I just wanted to say is with, and I can understand that there's, certain things that need to go through, to approve funds and, things of that nature. I can appreciate that. Our organization meets once a month, and, we can conduct the day-to-day business of the organization, but certain things, do have to go before our board. I did want to bring up one of the things that I had discussed in January when we were first talking about economic development and sustaining our downtown was my recommendation had been for the village to pass a resolution recognizing tourism as the chief industry in town. And I did bring a copy of that for everybody so that you can have one just to review again. I don't expect any action or anything on that tonight, but I would appreciate the opportunity for you guys to review that again, because I think that would have just kind of helped answer some of the public's questions about, what was going on with this, advertising proposal. And because the Chamber of Commerce is a business organization, it does look as if I can see the perception of the public being, well, this is a business coming and asking for, me to pay for their advertising. But, that's not what it was. I know that. You guys know that. But, the public perception was there too. So I just kind of feel that the village being on board with tourism as the major aspect of Grand Rapids, the major supporting economic aspect of Grand Rapids, would have probably, alleviated a lot of that too. So, and I'm sure you guys know the difference. A resolution just expresses the desires of the village. It's not a law. It's like an ordinance. It's not anything. It just expresses the desires. And I feel like that would just help us kind of all get on board together too. So, if you could revisit that and, we can discuss that in the future, I would sure appreciate it, just to make sure that things in the public light are, addressed properly, and that we can just come to a place where we're all on board, we all see things the same light in the same way too. So that's all I have.
So when's the next time you need money for advertising?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
So we plan on having that meeting. A big part of our Chamber of Commerce meeting tomorrow
Okay.
is, really getting to work on this, economic development strategic plan. So I can't give you an answer on it right now.
This is to be for a 6-month period, correct?
As far as advertising, yeah, I don't foresee anything else. We're finishing up some things with the ARPA, money and things like that as far as the Chamber of Commerce is involved. I don't see our organization, I can't make that promise, because somebody could always bring a motion to the table at our organization, which we would need to. But as far as on my agenda, I don't see anything, for this year, other than, just asking you to please keep some things in mind for next year as you're setting your appropriations for the 2026 fiscal year.
Hey Joe, I do have
Sure.
a question. So I know that when you all started working on this, okay, we talked about 6 months. Is there a way to break that 6 months up? Because we're getting into winter where some of our businesses aren't open or whatever. Is there a way to split, so like 4 months and then April, May, and not do necessarily the winter months? Or have you all thought about that at all?
There is. We did address that with the account manager, and there is a way to do that, but it's going to be more money. Because we're doing a 6-month block.
Because it's not consecutive.
Correct. It's not consecutive.
Okay.
The goal of the script for that time period is to, because we could actually kind of use some advertising for that time period. And it might actually encourage some of the businesses to stay open. The goal of that time period, I believe, is going to be town hall shows. Because I do know that there are, winter shows that are at the town hall. So that's going to be the middle portion of that, and it's going to have kind of like a cabin fever feel. Get out of your house, it's winter, it's cold, visit charming Grand Rapids, Ohio, a town for all seasons. So,
Excuse me.
so thank you. Thank you for your time.
Have you ever shopped in Ohio? Very similar to us.
Anything for the deputy?
No, except I called a couple times about the door-to-door people on that were going door-to-door with the solar panels. I had been getting complaints. And so I called the sheriff's department a couple times, and I saw them come through town. I don't know if they ever met up with the people, but I was getting calls, like, what is this? And then I saw it on Facebook, and they did not have a permit, because I checked with Crystal and the mayor before.
Okay.
So they didn't have authorization. I mean, they could have gotten it, but they chose to go door to door like at 8 o'clock at night. And
Oh, I understand that.
yeah, so
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
so I don't know if they're still in town or not.
I asked
They
them to
were
leave.
they were on the weekend. I did see them Saturday and Sunday. So
And Sunday, I asked them to leave. I said
Yeah.
they didn't
Do
have
we know the
anything
name
to
of the
do.
company, or was there any information, a card given?
Aptiva,
yeah, Aptio is what I got.
some type of a spraying company.
No, that was different.
Well, the one that I
Oh,
talked to
okay.
was a spraying.
That was
company.
different.
Oh.
Yeah,
The
no,
one I saw was Aptiva. and it
Yeah,
was
I
spraying.
didn't get the name. I asked him for, for the permit, and he kept saying that his boss Noah had it, and I said, no, he doesn't. And he knocked on the wrong door, and unfortunately. So he said, well, were they complaining about me? And I said, not you specifically, but your company in general. They weren't dressed professionally at all. So I mean, to go up to your house looking like, they were dressed, it just looked like, they were maybe gonna mow your yard or something, I mean, I know it was hot, I get that,
Sure.
but,
Okay. Well, we're here a lot, we're in the
Yeah,
village a lot.
absolutely.
I was off on the weekend, so I'm not.
well, no, I did see a deputy go by, because I told him, where I had seen them and where they were going around, and so I did see them go down in that
Sure.
area. Whether they caught up with them or not, I don't know.
My suggestion would be to continue to call. and
Yes,
have a concern,
absolutely.
And then somebody will be there.
Yep, absolutely,
Sure.
yeah.
Okay, thank you. I got just a couple things. It's good to see what's happening in the town hall. I don't know if anybody, I'm sure you had noticed it when you came in, but to get the painting done, I'm hoping there's a lot of plays soon to be happening in it as well. I think it's exciting. I don't know if there's any progress on the curtains yet?
We are discussing the curtain situation.
Okay. I bet.
We understand.
And possible funding. I mean, you gotta find out what's it gonna cost, and then we gotta come up with funding, and we're nowhere near a proposal.
Sure. I understand. Well, it'll all
Or
come
the
together, I'm
information
sure.
stage.
Mhm. I went to the Tentagony Fest Saturday morning, and it was rather interesting. They had a lot of cool things that they did for the 150th year reunion, and I want to just say kudos to them for what they did and everything that went on there. It was really nice. Had a nice breakfast there and helped with some things while I was there, and Got to see some neat things that they did. And also the engineering firm that I've been talking to, they'd like to meet with council to discuss what they can do to offer for the village. I believe it could benefit the whole town, not just the downtown district, but I'm sure it would help them as well. Like I said, a special meeting up so they can bring in and do a presentation. And we're not bound to them, but they have some ideas that they think would enhance our village and give us a master plan, if you will, to plan for the future for the whole town. So we have to decide on that, and that's really all I've got for right now. Chad, move on to you.
All right, as John said, they did start the painting project. I gave them the color samples, hope they're getting those ordered. I know they're doing a lot of scraping, getting all the old paint off. So hopefully this gets done pretty quickly. I did get another quote for the tennis courts, basketball courts. It came in a little more, $26,240, but they're gonna ground 3/4 of an inch off and then lay on top of that. The other company is just gonna lay on top of the existing, and with the paint on it, the Ohio Paving didn't know if it'd stick very well, so that's why they're doing that. I'm waiting for one more quote. Sportscape came back with a quote to paint it, put the basketball hoops up, portable pickleball nets, and a tennis net, and it's at $16,650. If the village takes up the plastic squares and disposes them, that'll save us $2,500. So I mean, that's something we can do. It's not a big deal. I did also ask if we could save one of the basketball hoops so we don't have to purchase two.
Yes.
And put one with the new backboard for the half court. That'll save us some money as well. Road tree service came and took a tree down today by the tennis courts and the pool. It had a big split in it. I called him Thursday, got it down today. It was just a safety concern of mine.
Is it one of them that was making a mess on the tennis court?
No, he did trim some of those up though. He trimmed them back to keep them off the tennis court. I did talk to him about getting a quote to take care of them if we get the,
Yeah,
everything done.
sure, yeah.
Even if not, I'd like to get those out of there.
Are
Yes.
they the persimmon trees
No.
that are now?
No, it's the
Yes.
one that, no, it's the one that it's on the court is those little
Yeah, it sticks to the.
round, those aren't persimmons, those
What
are,
are those?
they're prickly balls. They're
I
from
can't
like
remember the
pear
name of them, but they
trees.
are. Yeah, they're not. they're
Harry's
thin.
had it planted, those.
Not the one that we're talking about.
Oh, there's
Those are
only
the persimmons.
one?
No,
There's
No.
2 or 3.
no,
They're right
Harry
next
did
to-
plant the ones you're talking about, but the ones I'm talking about is directly to the west of the tennis courts that make a mess on those tennis courts.
Oh, yeah, I'm thinking about the ones to the south.
Right.
Also, our summer help, he's done for the year. He's going to college next week. And with that, our part-time guy, I'd like to hire him full-time. He's retiring after 30 years, and he can start beginning of September. I mean, he's been here for 3 years. He pretty much knows everything. He's done everything except water testing and wastewater testing, but everything else he's done. He hasn't plowed snow yet because he works nights, but that's something I like to bring to you guys, suit your thing. Also, I got some quotes for the doors in Town Hall. 3 doors upstairs, the one back here, and then do the opposite swing for the one at the bottom of the stairs. That's $7,352. I'm gonna look for some other people for quotes. I just don't know a lot of door people, but I can look into it. And then just a reminder, political signs, they can only be placed out 30 days before the election and have to be taken down 10 days after. It's just a little heads up. I've had to talk to a couple people about that. So, and that's all I got.
Question for you. Can I take my rotted produce and throw it in the alley for the animals?
No, I don't think that's a good idea.
You might want to talk to Mr. Kiefer then.
About
Okay.
Throwing his produce in the alleyway.
Chad, are we on the schedule for the survey for the Route 65 and at the bridge there?
Oh, I can call.
We on their schedule?
I can contact him tomorrow. I
Okay.
didn't know if you were going to do that. I can call him.
Yes, we made a motion to do that.
Right, okay, I thought.
Yeah. With school starting, I know that this company wanted to do it after school started.
All right, I'll call him tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
Chad, I wondered if you've gotten that quote for the canal bank.
Oh, I did. I left that back at the office. I think it was $6,200 for those guys to come in and clear the canal banks with a mini excavator, reach down as far as it can, trim up all the little trees and the weeds.
The weeds and brush and all that stuff on both sides of
Yes.
the north bank. Was that
Right.
what it was?
Yeah, both sides. 2,000 square feet, I think it was.
From where to where?
I'm guessing it's probably from the bridge down to where the park is on the
Okay.
other side.
I think he said it was 1,000 feet.
1,000
That
feet.
put us down to the end of our property,
Yeah, and then back.
to where the state stone is at on the canal.
I'll get that quote tomorrow. I'll let you know.
62.
I think it was something like that. Yeah.
We'll take care of a lot of mess along there, but get it cut back. Anything else, Richard?
What fund would that come out of? The general fund of parks, lands?
Parks and Rec. Kristen?
I gave you all a copy of the July bank rec. Everything is reconciled. I will pass it around for your signatures.
And you'd like all council members to sign that, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. Great. And then I was just going to say a reminder, because apple butter's coming up, to everybody to request your apple butter passes if you have not already. We've received a bunch already, but some may not. So either call in the office, send me an email. It's on our website, so request your passes.
Can I ask a question about that, Crystal? Because we get some calls at the chamber about that, and we always refer them to the village office. But those passes are just for residents to like give to visitors, right?
Correct.
Like their driver's license and everything still actually
Yep.
gets them into town. You know, they don't need a pass to park on their own
Right,
property.
yep.
So, okay, I just wanted to.
Yeah, we do
to
have
make
some
sure.
new people that do use it because they haven't changed their licenses. But
Gotcha.
yeah, your driver's
Okay.
license will work for yourselves.
Perfect.
Crystal, can you have for the next meeting or maybe the meeting after, whatever, an update of like where we're at with our appropriation status so that we know what we have with these expenditures coming, what we may or may not be able to do yet this year?
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I ask a quick question? If we're part-time
Can you
resident,
state your name, sir?
yes, I'm Derek Profit.
Derek?
Derek Profit. I just bought the Thurston and Manor building,
Oh, good. Good.
and so I was curious. I'll be here for the next couple of months working on a few things, but my license will still match my Florida address. Is there something else I should carry that states?
If it's for a business, you actually get those passes from the Historical Society.
Okay.
So we only do residential
Yeah.
parking passes.
Okay. Thank you. That's fine.
Reading of communications. Reports of standing committees.
Mayor, I just want to make a comment that at the next meeting, we should hopefully have the new pay scale ordinance. I believe that our solicitor is working on that based on our last meeting. So hopefully we can maybe have the first reading at the next meeting.
Okay. Reading of ordinance and resolutions. We have the second reading, Resolution 2025-04, a resolution amending appropriation ordinance 2025-1.
And I would like to make a motion to waive the third reading and declare Resolution 2025-4 an emergency.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second to waive the third reading for Resolution 2025-04 and make it an emergency.
Louise, just a question, but why do you consider it an emergency?
Because we now have the information that we didn't have before.
And you don't want to just let it run its course?
No, I think it's timely that we act on this so that we can get the money to the chamber if the next motion goes through.
Let it vote.
Rachel Smith,
Yes.
Rick Tolz,
Yes.
Martha France,
Yes.
Louise Easton,
Yes.
Jody Donspot,
Yes.
Lynn Sylvain.
Yes.
And now I would like to make a motion to pass Resolution 2025-4.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second for passage of resolution 2025-04, resolution amending the appropriation ordinance 2025-1. Proceed with the vote, please.
Rick Tolz.
Yes.
Martha France.
Yes.
Louise Eastep.
Yes.
Jody Donspot.
Yes.
Gwen Sylvain.
Yes.
Rachel Smith.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you.
We've got unfinished business.
I do, Mayor. In regards to that, Joe did send us an email, Joe Schroeder did send us an email last week about the commercial and wanted to know if we had any other questions, and I asked him for the breakdown, as you all saw in the email, of what the Arts Council and the Chamber and the Historical Society, and he said that the Arts Council would not be participating, and the split would be $3,380 between the three people, Historical Society, Council, and Chamber. So with that, I would like to make a motion that council, or that the village contribute $3,380 for the commercial in the Village of Grand Rapids.
I will second.
We have a motion and a second for approval for a $3,380 payment for the advertisement of the commercial for the Village of Grand Rapids.
Correct.
Is that a one-time passage, Louise, or is it annual now?
That's a one-time.
Martha France.
Yes.
Louise Eastep.
Yes.
Jody Donspot.
Yes.
Gwen Sylvain.
Yes.
Rachel Smith.
Yes.
Rick Tolz.
Yes. The motion passes. Other unfinished business?
Yes, I'd like to talk about Dora and see if Rachel has a date for that meeting.
No, you don't.
Okay, so, John, as mayor, you can request a special meeting. I'd like to know if you'd like to request a special meeting for Dora. Rachel's been working on this for 5 years and 8 months now.
I'm going to be requesting a special meeting for the engineer to meet with us. That'll be the only thing that we're going to have a topic on at that point. But I could do that after we get done with the engineers at some point, yes.
Okay, at some point. So then my next option is to ask the council by a vote of 2/3 if you would like to hold a special meeting on Dora. So Rachel, I'll ask you. You want to hold a
Just let me schedule it.
5 years?
Don't start, please,
Okay.
because you know
Would you
what?
like
You've
to-
been on council for
would you-
3.5.
Would you like to?
You weren't even part of the initial discussion.
And I don't know what the point is, but I really want to have a discussion on
Yes, you
Dora. So would you like to hold a special meeting?
We can, yes. Well, like I said, we will hold a council of the whole. Summer is busy for everyone, Lynn.
It's.
And you know what? We've got vacations, we've had people absent from meetings. So you can point the finger at me all you want and say that I'm dragging my feet, but we all know where this landed the last time we had this discussion. Just like the needs assessment, you put the brakes on it and then try to point the finger at me. So, anything else?
So, yes, I'm asking the council if they would like to hold a special meeting on Dora. Rachel has said no. Jody-
I say no,
Not a
Lynn.
special meeting, we're gonna have a committee meeting.
We're gonna have a committee of the
Not a
whole.
special meeting, but a committee meeting of
So
the
you
whole.
don't want, we
It doesn't
can
have to be a
though.
special meeting.
No, but we can, the council can decide, because the chairman isn't acting on it, that we can hold a special meeting by a vote of 2/3. So Jody, would you like to hold a special meeting on Dora?
I am deferring to the president of council and the
Okay.
mayor to make those decisions because they are the ones.
And Louise, would you like to hold a special meeting on Dora?
I would like to talk about Dora, but I don't think we need a special meeting, no. I think we
Okay,
can do it
and
as
Rick?
a committee of the whole.
I feel the same way.
And Martha?
I will defer to the
Okay,
president.
so no meeting. So what my next step on Dora is I can go to the voters and get a petition signed by 10% of the registered voters or active voters, and then we can get it on the ballot. So that'll be my next step on Dora.
Lynn, do you recall any
I'm
conversation
ambitious.
we've had about this? Let me just correct, I'm going to correct this conversation about the Dora. We have had this discussion, we've met, the village council is not opposed to Dora. Our sticking point has and always will be that park. I just said at the last meeting that I think that the Rapids Rally Days that we've been doing, where we have had the beer garden, has been a good example that a Dora would work. But if we're going to do it, we have to do it right. And keeping people out of that park and on the towpath or in the designated area is going to be the sticking point.
I'm not saying that no business wants to be part of it,
Right.
but there are legal technicalities that I do have the paperwork. I brought it the last time about the restrictions, about cups, and that it's a liability for the village. There has to be insurance tied to those cups. You can't just walk into Wildside and then walk out with a cocktail. They have to pour it into a specific cup. Anybody that's been to Adora knows this information. So I've been doing the research. I've looked into it, and the last time we had this conversation, it lands on the park. What did I say at the last meeting? This has been a good example that it could work, but if we're going to do it, we have to do it right. But you just...
And I would like to make sure that any discussion that we have the sheriff or his representative here, because they're going to need to be in on this as well.
Absolutely.
To make sure that we're...
And probably the business owners who
Absolutely.
have the alcohol license.
Absolutely, absolutely. I don't think it's something that we can just discuss, without all those present, so.
There's a lot of community support, plus outside of our immediate community. Perrysburg was very helpful and gave us kind of a step two of how to implement Dora. This is at least 3 years ago that I gave that
No,
to
actually, we
you.
had a meeting I don't know, 6 months ago.
But it just shouldn't linger like it is. I just want to have a meeting. I don't even know where everybody stands on that, but we are not allowed to talk about it. So I just want to push that issue forward. On benches, you had asked me for the map, but you already had a copy of the map. So
No, I don't, and I didn't have one that was attached to the minutes, and at the last meeting, you were gonna provide it to Crystal.
I was, but I saw it in, we've had email exchanges over specifics about the map.
And I asked you for a copy of it, and what your diagram said, and would you like me to pull the email out? Because I can pull it out.
But you had a copy.
No, I do not.
So you were asking me about the key code on it, and how would you
If
ask
you
me
don't
that?
care, if you don't care to share it, Lynn.
I do. I will.
Okay, then
I
share
tried to
it.
hand it to both of them, and they
No.
rejected it. So I would physically. Pardon me.
That didn't happen. That did not.
They didn't give it back to me at last meeting.
No, they did not.
They did not.
It was sitting next to you.
And I gave it to them, and they handed it back.
Yeah.
But okay.
Who's them?
So what do
You
you?
guys did.
I don't even know how to answer the question or ask the question anymore. So the pool. The pool is a topic of conversation. I went to the Waterville pool board. They're actually running a pool very similar to ours in age and size and things, except that it's being run very successfully. So Waterville Pool, they had new leadership on the board about 6 years ago, and they really changed with their membership and investment strategy. Their pool was built in 1963, again, similar to ours. It's owned by Fallen Timber Recreational Club. It's run as a 501c7. Their management is a volunteer pool board, just like ours. The funding is 100% private funding. No taxpayer dollars, no levies, no subsidies by the city, no chemicals bought by the council. They do it through membership, so they refer to their members as shareholders. They only have a limited number of shareholders. Once they sell those, you have to wait for those shares to come available. So if I was a shareholder and I moved out of town, I would then sell my shares, and they sell them on Facebook Marketplace.
How much?
Why are we discussing that?
I don't know.
Because I wanted to give you the framework of a pool board that worked. I'm going to share this with the pool
We
board.
don't have,
We don't have 5,000 people in our village either.
Well, that's my point exactly, because I gave them our numbers, how many residents we have, what our income is, our property value, our income tax, our poverty levels, and our numbers simply don't support a pool the way theirs do. So if we're asking the taxpayers to pay a levy that will only buy 3 years, and it's not a sustainable plan.
You didn't listen to Monica then, did you? This is an operating levy that they're gonna ask the residents for the next 3 years. If the residents support this levy, they will then come up with a campaign and a plan to build a different pool, because the pool that is currently up there is gonna be 60 plus years old and will not be able to, the life will be done.
Yeah,
Okay,
my
so-
point is, that's what Monica told us 3 years ago, so we're getting ready for a levy that the numbers don't support it, and I wanted to give
So you're gonna vote
reference.
no on that levy?
So I
That's
wanted
up for
to
the
give
taxpayers to
reference
decide.
to
if
what
they want
Wa-
to support
I
it.
wanted to give reference to what Waterville's doing,
Okay, I think
So that we
maybe you
could
should take that
see-
to the pool board.
and I'm going to, but I
But
also.
you just wanted to be on Facebook to put all this on
I actually
Facebook.
told the
Right.
pool
Okay.
board member
Yeah,
that
this
I
is
was
not
gonna
good.
share it with the council in the pool board, because I think we have to work together in order to make it successful. So they have both concessions, they have club rental, they have
And every
15
time I bring something
lifeguards.
here, she says no.
They're gonna see if the
They have
people even
3
want them
acres.
with a levy.
I'm not
They're
sure
gonna
what
see
any of this has to do with, they have a pool board. They're taking it to the taxpayers to see if there's support to keep it running. Again, they said, right,
Here's an
So our-
example of someone who did it successfully. Okay?
so are you,
That's the Cliff Notes.
well, we haven't even gotten to November yet to see
They
if the
also
village would support
implemented
it.
some new pool software that helped them immensely in tracking concessions and guest fees and renewals, etc. And their president and maintenance guy are willing to come out to our pool and do an audit to see,
Why?
It's
to
over.
give their feedback on,
It's over.
Why do we want
It's gonna
someone
go
else?
to the voters to see if they even
why do we
to.
want feedback from someone else?
I'm not sure why we would interfere.
But
Why are
quite
we?
honestly, that's the pool board. That
That's-
doesn't really
it's
have
not us.
anything at this point
I
to
don't know why you
do
don't understand
with.
that.
Okay, so anyways, for those that are interested, there is information on how to make a pool for a smaller community successful. I will share this with the pool board. Next, kayak dock. I did send information, Louise, I was late in sending it. It should be on the next meeting.
What did you start with?
Kayak.
What? Oh, kayak launch. Okay.
Mhm.
Dock. So I sent a variety of pictures. You can get ones that you boost yourself with the handrails, with the overhand rails. My recommendation is the overhand rails. But I gave a variety of examples and price points. And Chad, if it's something you don't have experience with in a kayak dock, I'm happy to narrow the selection down. But it is at least a variety for you to look
There's
at.
a kayak launch over at the park,
Yes.
right by the bridge.
But does it attach to one of the existing docks or what?
Yeah. Yeah, it's removable, just like these docks are. So you put it out for the season and you take it back in.
Okay. Find room to put it, I guess.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mayor,
Yes.
I'd like to read that email that went back and forth between Lynn and I, if I may. It's regarding the benches. June 24th, and this was to everybody, I believe. Lynn, could you please tell us what the different colors mean and what are you recommending? Please list each business and the size you're requesting. Thank you. She replies back, sure, let's get a committee meeting together and we can discuss this in detail. I said, if you respond to everyone as I have done, you won't need a committee meeting to explain the document you presented. It should be pretty simple. I explained the colors in the meeting. You can review the video as needed. Also, John deferred any other discussion until we were in a committee meeting.
He did.
So there's my answer. We never got the answers of where she wants them, how big they are. I've requested it, and it's been since June 24th.
It's not true. It's not true. So, okay.
I just read it,
Any
man.
new business?
Transparency and honesty. So last week, or 2 weeks ago, John,
What are we doing now? Is this?
it's unfinished business.
Oh, it's still on.
John had read definitions of transparency and honesty. Not really sure what the point was, but he wanted to know about the lawsuit. And prior to that meeting, you had said we were not going to discuss the lawsuit in council. So is that a change in venue? Are you now willing to talk about the lawsuit?
No, I just wondered why you wanted a non-disclosure agreement.
Yeah. Okay,
I
so,
think that's what you stated. In fact, it's right here. Black and white, as big as Texas. The last thing you wanted was a non-disclosure agreement.
so we are going to talk about the lawsuit?
No.
No, okay.
What I
Well,
wanna
for
know is-
transparency then, let's talk about the fact that,
I want to know, Lynn, can you answer my question from the last meeting, is why you want that?
so we're talking about the lawsuit.
You're asking the rest of the council to stoop to the level of what you're trying to hide behind a wall of confidentiality.
So anyone in the community is welcome to come over to my property
For
and
your
I'll
own
disclose
personal gain.
any information regarding the lawsuit, any. I've talked to my lawyer today, he's fine with me sharing any of it. So please, come over to my property. I'll show you what I know that the village has invested. I'll show you what I've invested. I'll show you that the electricity goes from my house to that property, that I pay taxes on it, that I've done the improvements in siding on it. I will show you that it's my inventory that's in that garage. I'll show you it's my lock that's on that garage. I'll show you the 5 offers that we made in mediation.
6.
Okay, 6.
I just want to say to the public, be careful whom you vote for when these kinds of actions are being brought out. Because you're really not being truthful, and this is about the 3rd time or 4th time you've done this since your time in council.
I'm sorry, what am I not being truthful about?
You said there was nothing about that in an NDA, but there is.
So we're going to talk about the lawsuit then?
No, we're not talking about nothing like that.
So the NDA is part of, he's referencing as part of the lawsuit. I'm not allowed to talk about it. I'm not sure how to answer his question.
I think we just need to move on.
Yes, I point of order,
Well,
it's back to
transparency and honesty
I
was
said
mayor.
Council comments.
point of order.
So if we're not going to have transparency,
Council
then it's
comments?
these people that you should be careful of.
I don't think so. No council comments?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to adjourn. Our August 11th meeting.
Louise Eastuck. Yes. Jody Donspot.
Yes.
Liz Lane.
No, we weren't done with the work.
Rachel Smith.
Yes.
Rick Toles. Martha France.
Meeting adjourned. Thank you all for coming. It's been exciting. Next time we do that popcorn.
Sit here and see that.
Welcome.
I think you said it's an economic development thing.
Martin, hey, Joe.
I said you said it's We don't even have an invoice yet, so.
I can't wait to. Because the resident